my name's Ryan, and if you're anything like me, whether you love going out or you love staying at home, one of the things you might have been missing is a crafted cocktail. So today I wanted to share my recipe with you for an old fashioned. I make my own mix, and then I'll show you how to make the mix and the cocktail. All right, so we're going to start with sugar. I'm using turbinado sugar. You can use regular cane sugar. For citrus, I'm using a Tangelo, but you could use any orange, navel orange. Our spices are going to be whole cinnamon and whole cloves. You could also do other fun things like nutmeg or cardamom, and bitters. All right, so we're going to add 3 cups of water and 3 cups of our sugar to a pot and bring it to a boil. We're essentially just making a simple syrup and then adding everything else in later. I just like to make sure I stir it a little bit so it doesn't burn. Once you've got that up to a boil, you're going to just throw in the rest of your ingredients here. I usually cut the orange in quarters or eighths. One thing I didn't mention earlier is that I also sometimes add a cocktail cherry. I prefer Luxardo cherries, but you could use any other kind of a cocktail cherry, and whatever you might end up putting in your drink to garnish it. And then we're just going to cover it, remove it from heat, and just let that steep for an hour. After an hour, you can take the top off, and then we're going to add bitters. You can add any kind of bitters that you might prefer. I'm just going with Angostura bitters. You're going to add 2 tablespoons to this and just kind of stir it up. Then what we're going to do is we're going to just strain it into a container. This will usually keep for a couple of days to a couple of weeks. I just like to put a pour on it. 3 cups usually yields about a quart. Now for assembling our drink, I usually just start with a 3 to 1. This could depend on how sweet or how stiff you prefer your drink. But just in this example, I'm using Jim Beam. You could use your favorite whiskey or bourbon. And if you like it even stiffer, you can also add additional bitters if you prefer. After you've got all of your ingredients together, you can just stir it over ice and then strain it into your glass, or you could just pour all of these ingredients into your glass with ice and stir them in your glass. You'll have to try it. I would love to hear feedback, and I would also love to go through some other cocktails. So, cheers.